Okay, Monday, 16th of March, 2026. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know, following the rules to a fault. Now, this is something very, very technical I've noticed in a certain domain, which is not relevant for this conversation, but I've noticed that some people have indeed been following the rules to a fault insofar as it has risked exposing them to unfaulted errors, as in accidents waiting to happen that were totally avoidable in the first place. And that highlights an interesting bit of human nature with regards to rule following and, taking it rule following, but also maybe critical or independent thinking, insofar as people will follow the rules, abide by them, very good, very nice, but understand the limitations, the loophole, or overlook, misunderstand the limitations, the loopholes, the technicalities. I'm not saying break the rules, but I'm understanding, but instead understand where the rules don't exist, the grey areas where this particular scenario or this other particular theory of mind or this perspective even is not covered in the rules. Then you could say, well, it's the spirit of the rules to consider. Okay, fair enough. But understand that sometimes there are situations and scenarios that the rules don't account for, that if you indeed follow the rules to the letter, it risks creating these unfaulted errors, these scenarios that can cause problems, accidents waiting to happen, let's say. And that's human nature. Not understanding theory of mind enough to recognise that this rule, if applied to the letter in this particular scenario, has repercussions that are damaging, fatal, things like that. That's that insane nuance to understand in life, or even situations and scenarios where paradoxically, the rules are dangerous. That actually doing something, deviating slightly from it, and this tread lightly with this, could be better. That trail of thought, although logical, has to be applied extremely selectively, because paradoxically the limitation of understanding that rules are followed to a fault is that it creates unorthodox situations. So if following the rules is orthodox, what people expect almost blindingly, to deviate from them for the sake of safety is unorthodox by definition, meaning not normal. And that is the exact situation where, if people are not thinking outside the box, so to speak, they're basically short circuit. They don't know how to handle the situation. So by being too unorthodox, by manoeuvring around the rules, not breaking them, but understanding the limitations, can just cause people to just blow their mind. You're not supposed to do that. Because it's that game, it's that theory of mind again, where people are playing a script. They're basically being autopilot with regards to different situations and scenarios, and that's fine, human nature. But understand that even if you are following the rules, but not to a fault, that's the caveat, that's the extreme level of nuance with this, it can blow people's minds, because that's not supposed to happen as per their script. And then you could say at an even deeper level, those situations and scenarios they separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. They put hair on your chest, so to speak, with regards to, that's the moment where we see your mettle, so to speak, your skills, your chance to shine. But again, I'm not saying break the rules, but I'm saying understand them. Understand the rules and limitations from many different angles, many different scenarios, so as to predict what could happen if this rule is followed to a T, followed to the letter, and yet this slight deviation, this happens, or that particular scenario happens, or this particular factor or variable is different. It's those. Understand where the rules can literally take you off a cliff. if you're following them to the letter. And I can think of one particular example that's quite fatal that I've seen, but it's a bit irrelevant to this conversation. But in that specific real life scenario, the correct answer, and this is incredibly controversial, an incredible way, yeah. And again, I'm not advocating this, but the correct answer is indeed to not go against the rule in this particular scenario. For the sake of safety and avoiding unfaulted errors, the correct answer is do the unorthodox thing so as to maximise safety. Wow. That's a very, very, very subtle thing I've noticed in life, in human nature, in the world in general. There's an inherent danger of following the rules to a T insofar as it risks creating and risks exposing you to unfaulted errors. Very, very nuanced. Very, very unique, and something very important to be aware of in life. Yes. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.